Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to the channel. It is 101 Wednesday. It's your girl Chrissy Pips. Now in today's video, we will take a look at divergence using RSI and why I use it as an extra bit of confluence in my trading. Okay, I know a lot of y'all have had questions about what I do as far as trading, so I decided to make a video for you. Now, please don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the content in this video. Subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on what's next. But as always, if you're here, you're interested, so let's get into it. So some people use divergence as a way to enter and exit the market, but I use it for confluence. Now, if you don't know what confluence means, to keep things simple, it just means different signals that can come from tools and patterns in the market that line up to give you information about the market and what the market may be setting up to do next. Now, in my trading plan, me personally, I use trend lines, fib levels, EMAs, price patterns, and RSI together for confluence. But I only use 2 indicators in all. I prefer naked charts. Now, let's talk about divergence. In layman's terms, divergence can be seen by comparing price action and the movement of an indicator. Now, in today's video, for all intensive purposes of me showing you, the indicator that we will be using is RSI. It doesn't really matter what indicator you use because there are quite a few out there. Some people use RSI, some people use MACD, stochastic, but there are a bunch of others that you can use for confluence, but I do suggest keeping it to a minimum because it can get confusing fast. Now with divergence, think higher highs and lower lows. Price and market momentum normally move together, right? If price is making higher highs, the indicator should also be making higher highs, right? If price is making lower lows, the indicator should also be making lower lows, right? Oh, but they aren't. Then that means price and the indicator are diverging away from each other, hence the name divergence. Now, divergence trading is a nice tool to use because divergence lets you know that something odd is going on and that you should probably pay a little bit more attention to what's happening in the market. Now, using divergence in your trading can be helpful in finding out when a trend starts to get weak or is making a move to reverse. There are 2 types of divergence that are commonly used in trading: regular and hidden divergence. Regular divergence indicates a possible trend reversal, whereas hidden divergence indicates the possible trend continuation. But today, we'll only be going over regular divergence. So, let's look at how it can show you possible trend reversals. If price is making lower lows, but the indicator is making higher lows, this is considered regular bullish divergence. This normally happens at the end of a downtrend. After making a second bottom, if the indicator doesn't also make a new low, it's likely that price is rising, as price and momentum normally move in the same direction. Now, on the opposite end of things, if price is making higher highs, but the indicator is making lower highs, then it's regular bearish divergence. It does this in an uptrend. Now, after price makes that second high, if the indicator makes a lower high, then you can probably expect price to reverse and drop. So you're looking for an area where price will change direction. Okay, so let's take a look at RSI and the settings that I use. So at the top in the indicators and strategies tool, well, I'll just do it the long way. If you have favorites set up, then it'll be here. If not, just click search and type in relative strength index, and that's going to put this on your chart. Now I already have mine here. We're gonna go into settings, go into inputs, change the length to 5. The source is closed. Change the style. So you can change this top color to whatever color you need based on how your chart is. But the upper band should be red for selling. The lower band should be green for buying, or you can do blue if you like it to match your MT4. But the number for upper and lower band should be 90 and 10. It's very important that you put 90 and 10. Okay? It's like quote unquote overbought and oversold, which there's no such thing as, but that's what it's called. Then hit OK once you do that. Now the second thing that you need to do for your RSI is grab a horizontal line. You're going to put it on the chart, double click it, and you want this to be 80. And then for style, you want it to be red as well. And I'll make the line thicker for the recording. And then grab a second line. And then for this one, you want this one to be green. And for coordinates, you want this one to be at 20. These are very, very, very important, okay? So what happens with the way that RSI works, or the way that I use it, is that when price gets overbought or oversold, so when it gets into these zones that we've boxed up, like we've sectioned off this little area on the top and bottom, when price gets in between here, it lets me know to sell or buy. Now, the way that we use this for divergence, and I'll zoom in for you. Remember, diverging means that it's not going in the same direction. So what we would normally want is for our RSI to go up while the market is going up, but it's not doing that here. So, and you can see it right here. So I'll drop, let's make it blue. So the market is going up and creating higher highs here, right? However, on our RSI, we can see that the market is making lower highs and lower lows. This is divergence, okay? So when you're getting like the market making higher highs, but the indicator making lower highs, then like I said, that is bearish divergence. And this usually happens if there's an uptrend. Now, this shows us that we can expect price to reverse sometime soon. So, this is currently 𝐄𝐈_CAD, and this is like a real-time video. It's 3 p.m. right now while we're looking at this. So what I'll do is I'll go on here and publish. Let's say looking for the drop, trading divergence, let's say price moving up, but RSI moving down. Okay, now if you guys are not already doing so, please go ahead and follow me on TradingView, and we will check this let's just say Friday, since today is Wednesday. We'll check this on Friday to see what happened. So we'll go down here, we'll put analysis, normal. This is it's setting up for a short, so it's setting up to drop. The category is going to be trend analysis. Let's do tags, hashtag. And I do suggest, I keep telling y'all this, I suggest for you to use tags, okay? Tags. If you are already following me on Twitter, then it's going to be posted there, and it will publish this as a public idea. So when you go to the profile, if you, like I said, if you're not following me, I'll put a link to the trading view in the description below, so you can go ahead and follow me there. But what happens is we'll check this back on Friday, and we'll leave this just like this. It shows exactly what screen we were on when we decided to publish it. But this play button is going to show us which direction that the market decided to turn in. So we'll get a chance to look and see exactly what happened at the end of the week. Now let's go back to the chart, and we'll look for a few more examples. Now here's another area in the market where the market continuously made like lower lows, and then our RSI decided that it wanted to make higher lows. And then after that, price decided to break to the upside. So it was going down here and decided to move up afterwards. So let's find another one. So here's another spot here where, and this is the daily time frame now. So price wanted to make higher highs and higher lows, and then RSI wanted to make lower highs and lower lows. And then instead of the uptrend on a daily continuing, it broke to the downside. So we can see where it broke, right about there. So you would have seen these sell indicators here where it kept telling you price is about to drop off, it's about to drop off, and then it started to drop off here. So let's look for a couple more. So we are still on the daily. Here's another one where price got down here and decided that it wanted to go up, but it started letting you know back here. Meanwhile, price was making lower lows. Here it was making higher highs. So, like I said, this is just something else that I use as a type of confluence, not necessarily to say it's the be-all end-all of when price and momentum is going to shift. That's not what I'm saying at all. However, at the end of this, like we seen it going down here, RSI said it's about to go up. RSI gave us a sell indicator here a few times. And then after it got here, so let me pull out my handy dandy square tool. So when price got here, it did the same thing right about here. And then price decided to break to the downside. Like it told you to sell, and then it dropped. And then it bottomed out here. So let's box this one up too. It bottomed out here, and it did the same thing here. And once it gets inside of the two green lines, it's an indication to buy. So it gives us a couple signals, and then it gave us sell signals again. So this is definitely like a tool that I like to use as a confluence. It's not the be all end all. I do use it in tandem with some other items, like I said, the other tools like trend lines. I use my EMAs and things like that in addition to the RSI for confluence, because when you put them all together and they're all giving you the same signals and telling you the same thing, it should, as a trader, give you that much more confidence that the trade that you're about to get into is correct, or that your analysis on what the market is doing is correct, because you're getting more than one thing that is showing you what's about to happen. So this is just another short video on one of my favorite tools to help you guys out. Let me know in the comments below if you found this information to be helpful. Okay, so that is it for today's video, you guys. Now, let me know in the comments below if you use any other indicators for your divergence or as confluence. It would be wonderful to hear what you guys use. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you didn't know what divergence was prior to this video, if it helped you out, I really appreciate like just knowing that the information that I'm giving out is actually bringing you guys some value. Now, in the Monday video, you guys know we are doing Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, which is a like trading psychology book. We're working on chapter 3, so that will be interesting. If you guys haven't started going over to the Monday series, check it out. You might enjoy it. But as always, if you enjoy the content in this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Comment below, let me know how you're feeling. Share the information on social media if you think others can benefit from the information. And as always, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on what's next. But as always, I hope you guys are having an awesome and productive day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.